Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. The Journey of the Katana Hero by TheTrinity9 Chapter 6. The Sacred Duel. After helping the villager of Ryut, we spend our free time to preparing ourselves to go to the banquet. When the time comes, we go to the castle to attend the banquet. We enjoying ourselves by eating the foods and drinks. Why we just eat it without thinking of poison or something? Simple, there is so many nobles, and because of that, that's no way they poisoned the entire banquet just to get ourselves killed. Raphtalia eating the cakes while Ake eating a bacon. I myself sat against a window while sipping some juice. Now Fumi, on the other hand, stared at the window. He hadn't eaten anything since we got here. Can't blame him though. Are you okay, now Fumi? I asked him. You didn't eat anything since we got here. Is something wrong? I'm okay, he answered. I just feel uncomfortable in here. The king's voice suddenly interrupted our conversation as it rang out throughout the dining hall. This banquet is in honor of our heroes, who managed to not only defeat the wave, but did so without any issue. So tonight, we celebrate our victory. Please, enjoy yourselves to the fullest and beyond. The king cried out, the crowd erupting with cheers from all around. Yeah, we defeated the wave and saving some villager's life while your knights didn't even help us, I thought while sipping another juice. I then overhear a conversation between some nobles. The latest reports say that this wave had much fewer casualties than that of the first, said a nobleman. We owe it all to our brave heroes, who fought and protected us from this horrendous catastrophe. A noblewoman from the group then said. It was the knight commander who spoke up next. Well, I did my part during the wave. I held my ground against a giant monster, and fought honorably as a royal knight, he exclaimed, boasting about an event that didn't even happen. I internally scoffed. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. We actually put our lives on the line while you just sat on your ass on your comfortable house. Why nobles in Isekai is always like this. While I can categorize my family as a rich family, but I'm not a spoiled brat like most people think. I work hard on my study, taking a part-time job, learning the way of samurai and martial arts. I turned around and noticed Raphtalia and Ake coming here, Raphtalia holding 2 plates of cakes while Ake holding 2 plates of fruits. She handed 1 plate to Naofumi, which he gladly take. As we ate, I heard a footsteps approaching this direction. I turned around only to see Motoyasu approaching us. Oh look, what does this idiot wants now? I thought in annoyed. The question is why he of all people would be coming towards us. However, judging from his face, I'm sure is not the good one. Now Fumi, I challenge you to a duel, he said. I've been informed that Raphtalia here is your slave and you force Rimuru-chan to join your party, he said further. Wow, what a bullcrap. If that's your attempt at intimidation, then you have some work to do. Now Fumi rolled his eyes. I didn't force her to join my party, she joined with her own will. Also for Raphtalia's case, Rimuru is the one who bought her, not me. And now you blaming Rimuru-chan for your crimes. Just how low can you go, now Fumi? Motoyasu asked in bit of disgust. Hear this, I decide to step in. He's right. The one who bought Raphtalia is me. And he's not forced me or Ake to join his party, we join with our wills. Step out of this, Rimuru-chan. Motoyasu said firmly. You must be afraid to tell the truth because of him. I will save you from him. I can't believe it, I said in disbelief. Are you forgot the fact that he's the shield hero? His attack stats is the lowest among the other cardinal heroes. He can't even hurt a freaking balloon. Tell me the way how he can harm Raphtalia or me, I demanded. He can use the slave seal to hurt her or you, and beside, he can't just own a slave. He's one of the heroes like us. You of all people should realize he can't act like that, Rimuru-chan, Motoyasu exclaimed. And what if she is? From what I heard, slavery legal in Melromark, especially demi-human slavery. Also, you and your companion forced him into this position. And look at Raphtalia here, is she really look like a slave to you? I pressed further. Motoyasu, unable to found any argument, decided that he had enough. None of that matters though, heroes cannot own a slaves. Now Fumi, let's duel. If I win, Raphtalia and Rimuru-chan goes free. And if I win? Now Fumi asked, wondering what will he got if he win. If you win, then things stay the same, Motoyasu answered in all serious tone. If this is the only way to make you shut up, then let's get this over with, Naofumi stated. Oh, and if I win, stop bothering me or my parties. Deal. Are you sure, Naofumi? I asked in a bit of worried. Not that I underestimate you, but how can you win this duel? The only thing you good is defending. I'll be alright. Trust me. Naofumi reassured with a smile. Beside, isn't this a right time to test the result of the training, wouldn't you say? I let out a deep sigh. Fine then. Just please be careful, Naofumi-sama, Raphtalia said. When I am not. A minute later, Naofumi and Motoyasu stood across from each other in the courtyard. The area was cleared aside from a small group of spectators on the second and third floors that could see down into the courtyard. This is a duel between the shield hero and the spear hero. Should the shield hero win, he is considered innocent of his status as slave owner. Should he lose, he is guilty and will forfeit his possessions including his slave. I, the king, declare it legitimate and binding, Altcray announced. There weren't many people to hear it, but the nobles who could let out a cheer. Down in the makeshift arena, Naofumi shook himself to loosen up. Are you sure you want to do this? He asked. The blonde man on the other hand looked ready for battle. Of course I am. What you're doing can only be described as evil. I mean, who could possibly enslave such a pretty girls? Naofumi's sweat dropped. Can't you look with your very eyes? He glanced at Rimuru and Raphtalia, who sat in the front row with Ren and Itsuki on the side. I get it, they are beautiful and all, but can't you see they are not slaves? At his word, I blushed slightly while Raphtalia blushed furiously. That doesn't matter, he exclaimed. It's my duty as a hero to protect everyone, especially pretty maidens. Hero my ass, I bet all he do is kill monsters while his party of girls cheering behind him. Get help. Naofumi facepalmed. Begin, Altcray yelled, and the spear hero immediately rushed into battle. I'll protect them from you, he said as he thrust his spear forward. Naofumi blocked it with his shield easily. They doesn't need your help, they already said that. He shoved Motoyasu backward but he managed to knocking Naofumi off of balance. You're wide open. Motoyasu's weapon glowed a bright red before a massive horde of spears appeared behind him. Chaos Spear, he yelled, and the spectral weapons flew toward Naofumi. Air Strike Shield. With a cry, the green shield appeared and blocked a majority of the spears. A few slipped past, but they weren't large enough to hit him. Don't think I'm going down so easily, Motoyasu. The moment you failed to break through my guard, you lost. We'll see about that. Air Strike Javelin. A green clone of his spear slammed into Naofumi's shield, knocking his shield arm away. Motoyasu doesn't waste this chance. It's over, Naofumi. Chaos Spear. Again, the spectral weapons flew toward Naofumi. No, it's not. Shield Prison. Naofumi yelled as he protected himself from the spears. I have to create an opening, but all I can do is defend. Unless. An idea came to him and he smirked. Maybe it's time to use what Rimuru teach to me. He released his skill and ready go, giving him a surprise attack. Shield Bash. Using his bee-nettle shield, he slammed his shield toward Motoyasu, who quickly blocked his attack. But, Naofumi smirk. Got you. Naofumi yelled as he kicked Motoyasu in the guts. It doesn't dealing much damage, but it was enough to give Motoyasu some pain. Arg. What? Motoyasu didn't even finish his sentence because Naofumi delivered another shield bash at him, making him fall to the ground. Meanwhile, I smirk in satisfaction. What the? He can do that with the shield? Itsuki exclaimed in shock. Clever. Ren commented. That attack may not strong, but with some kind of debuff like paralyze, it's sure giving Motoyasu some trouble. Motoyasu struggled to get up. What's going on? I felt so weak. You're paralyzed and poisoned right now, thanks to my bee-nettle shield. Be careful, moving too much makes the poison worse. TCH. Motoyasu grunted. I will never give up, I will free them from you. Naofumi punched him in the face. It wasn't enough to break his nose, but it definitely hurt. Chill out, would you? I have never once hurt Raphtalia or Rimuru, and I never plan to. And if you think about it, how the hell can I hurt them if I can't even kill a balloon myself? Don't lie. Naofumi shook his head. You lose, Motoyasu. Yield. And never. Fine. Naofumi sighed as he hit him again using Shield Bash. If there's one thing I respect about you, it's your persistence. He continued to hit Motoyasu and give him some debuff. Motoyasu was practically helpless to fight back, and the audience members were whispering amongst themselves how strong his shield hero was. Naofumi-sama. Watch out! Naofumi noticed something shine in the corner of his eyes, and quickly he activated Shield Prison, to covering himself from incoming attack. A large blast of wind aimed towards him, but getting blocked by Shield Prison. Naofumi deactivated his skill. He clearly saw mine with her hand outstretched. Her face is filled with anger. I narrowed my eyes before turned to Ren and Itsuki. You guys saw that, right? Yeah. Ren nodded. Apparently mine helping Motoyasu from the side. That's cheating. Itsuki commented. But I had to admit, Naofumi is totally won against Motoyasu. Even though Motoyasu got helped by mine. As I said before, shield have its advantages too. The time Motoyasu's attack can't pierce Naofumi's high defense, he lost. I told them. Yeah, you are right. Ren nodded. Meanwhile, Naofumi is pissed off. Hey, that's cheating. He pointed towards bitch. Did anyone else see that? What are you talking about? I didn't see anything. Stop trying to distract me, you coward. Motoyasu said as he recovered, charging forward and stabbing Naofumi in the chest. His defense was too high for it to penetrate, so the blow did little damage. I'm not lying. She clearly used magic to blow me away. If Raphtalia hadn't screamed, I wouldn't have even seen it. Silence. The duel is still going on. The king boomed from his spot. Naofumi clenched his fists. They're not even going to honor the terms of the duel. Then why the hell should L? It's time to end this duel. Get ready, Naofumi. I'm not holding back this time. Motoyasu spun his spear in exaggerated way. Show off. TCH. Fine. The battle raged for a short time. Motoyasu's strikes were undoubtedly more powerful than before, but Naofumi's defense had also increased by a considerable amount. After a particularly strong blow, Naofumi managed to duck underneath the follow-up strike. Shield Prison. A cage of shields appeared around Motoyasu. He tried swiping his weapon at it, but there wasn't enough room for his spear to get any room. Naofumi combined the Bee-Needle Shield's ability to create spikes on the inside of the cage, stabbing Motoyasu and paralyzing him. The cage vanished and Naofumi reapplied the poison using his snake venom fang, but Motoyasu dodged it. Naofumi instantly changed his shield into Pickaxe Shield, and he do something unexpected. Shield Throw. A green energy shield fly through Motoyasu, hitting him on his chest and sent him flying to the ground. The spear hero can't got up again as Naofumi stood beside him. He become a freaking Captain America. I thought in shock. I just don't expect he has skill like that. He can do that too. Itsuki said in shock. I can't believe it. Ren said in same state as Itsuki. The fight is over this time. He said with a soft tone. The reason I became this strong is because Rimuru and Raphtalia. If you still thought that I hurt them, just remember that I, Raphtalia and Ake got martial arts training by Rimuru. She's strong, I could never landed a single hit on her. And more, they trust me, and I trust them too. Without that, I probably already died on the first wave. Motoyasu tried to stand up, but he can't. Fine. You won fair and square. But can you promise me something? If that's weird, then I promise nothing. Take care of Rimuru-chan and Raphtalia. They may be strong as you said, but they are still a girls. It's a man jobs to protect them. Fine. Naofumi sighed. Raphtalia is practically my daughter anyway. So Raphtalia is you and Rimuru-chan's daughter? Motoyasu asked teasingly. Can you stop complicating things? Naofumi said in annoyed tone, although he blushed slightly. Silence reigned in the arena until the king stood from his throne. The shield hero is victorious, and he is cleared of all charges. He can keep his party with him. He ordered. After that, we go to the arena. While Ren and Itsuki go to Motoyasu and mine, I go to Naofumi. Like I said, trust me Rimuru. Naofumi smiled at me. But, to much his surprise, I hug him. Rimuru. I was worried, you know. Especially after that bitch use her magic to take you down. I release Naofumi and give him a smile. But I can see the result of your training. Glad to see the training didn't end in vain. Naofumi nodded. Yeah, if you didn't train me, I probably lose right now. Motoyasu, now recovered from his status ailments, watched us with curious eyes. Before he can ask, bitch dragged him. Come on Motoyasu-sama. Let's get stronger tonight so something like this doesn't happen again. She pleaded, tugging him towards the exit. He spared one more glance at Naofumi. Raftalia currently tackling him into a hug that knocked him over. Yeah, let's go. In her mind, she grumbled why Shield Hero Party got more stronger, but she keep that in her mind as Motoyasu and his party go to the forest. Naofumi patted Raftalia's head. They didn't hurt you, did they? They didn't hurt me, thanks to Rimuru-sama and Mr. Ake. Raftalia answered. Good. Then let's get out of here. Naofumi suggested. We nodded and leave the arena. After a short walk in the middle of the night, I suggest something. Hey Naofumi, I think we need to erase Raftalia's slave crest. I suggest, surprising Raftalia. But why, Rimuru? Raftalia seems don't mind it. Not that I used it to harm her anyway. Naofumi asked in confusion. Naofumi-sama is right, Rimuru-sama. Raftalia added. This slave crest is symbol of your trust to me. If I need it to make sure you can always trust me, then so be it. Yeah, I know that very well. But the fact you willingly to keep it tells me I can trust you. Beside, people in Kingdom and Crouch can use that as weapon to separate us in the future. Naofumi's duel against Motoyasu is the proof on that. I argued. But, Miss Raftalia, what does matter is you can trust us like we trust you. With slave crest or not, we never leave you alone, Miss Raftalia. Like Lady Rimuru said, with you still having a slave crest, people can easily antagonize us, using that as excuse to separate us. You don't want that, right? Ake asked her. I smile in appreciation at him. No, I don't want that happen. Raftalia yelled in horror. Fine then. Let's go to that slave trader to get rid of my slave crest. You sure, Raftalia? Naofumi asked her again. Yeah, I'm sure Naofumi-sama. Raftalia nodded. If what Rimuru-sama is true, then I gladly to remove this crest of mine. Alright then, let's go to Beluka's. Naofumi stated. Upon entering the large circus, like tent, we quickly found the man we were looking for. Ah, Sir Shield Hero and Lady Katana Hero, you finally returned. What is it you're here for this time? Another slave to accompany you, Belukas asked, his creepy smile ever present. Glad to see time hasn't changed your horrific personality, Belukas. Naofumi stated flatly. But no, I'm not. And even if I were, it seems like you're out anyway. He continued. Ah yes, about that, when people heard of your Tanuki companion's exploits, people who knew of me raced to buy one. I sold out within 4 days, which is impressive. And I've been in the business for as long as I can remember. The fat man replied. Good for you then. I replied. Moving on, we came here to see if you can remove Raftalia's slave crest. The damn royalty used this as excuse to take her from us, so we came by to see if you could remove it. With his smile not faltering, Belukas simply nodded before walking over to a shelf and grabbing the required ingredients. Kneeling, Raftalia undid the top of her clothes to expose her chest, the spot where her crest is applied. Belukas then used some holy water or something to have it removed. And there you go, the slave crest is finally removed from the pretty lady. Belukas stated. Anyway, I amaze you succeeded turn a scrawny bag of bones grows into such a fine young lady in short of time span. If she were a virgin, I could offer you 30 gold for her. Before Raftalia could protest, Naofumi answered his question first. Well that's not gonna happen. Naofumi stated. We put a lot of effort into her, you know. She's worth more than any amount of gold. At his statement, Raftalia blushed furiously. After she regained back her sense, she saw a plenty of eggs. What are those eggs for? She asked. Oh this. He motioned towards the batch of eggs. This is my monster egg lottery. For about 100 silver, you guarantee yourself for a philolele. If taken care of properly, you could gain a monster that's worth double the value. If you're lucky, you could even earn a dragon. Belukas exclaimed, hoping his marketing scheme would work. Who knows this world even have a gacha system? Naofumi thought. What's a philolele anyway? They're the giant birds that pull people's carriages around, Naofumi-sama. You must have seen them in town, right? Raphtalia answered. Now that you mentioned it, yeah, I do. I'll take one of these eggs, we have plenty of silvers after all. Naofumi said. Anyway, where is Rimuru? Here, I answered. On my hands I carry a little gray wolf and have a star on his head. I always want to have puppy in my previous world. So, Elle fulfilled one of my dreams in this world. So cute. Raphtalia exclaimed when she saw the wolf. My, you sure have a good eyes, Lady Katana hero. Belucas praised. That puppy is a one of the strongest wolf species, Tempest Star Wolf. He have natural wind and lightning elemental magic on his blood. But since he's still a puppy, I will cost him 200 silvers. Well, we indirectly give you profit because of Raphtalia. At least give us discount, you know. I told him. She's right. Naofumi back up. We brought a lot from you today. Belucas chuckled. Alright, good sirs. Since you become such a loyal customer, I only will cost the puppy, Philoleel egg and crest removal for 270 silvers. I'll even throw in free slave crest as a package deal. Deal. Naofumi finally said, giving him 270 silvers to him. Nodded, he gave the puppy a slave crest as well as the egg. Now, our current money is 1256 silvers. Attention. Beast A and Philoleel egg joined the party. Thank you, good sirs. I hope we will meet again soon. Belucas said. After that, we began to leave the tent. Raphtalia turned to me and Naofumi. That guy still give me the creeps. Naofumi huffed. I don't know, that guy seems like us. Of course he is, we literally promote his business, you know. I said before turned to the puppy. You still doesn't have a name, do you? How about Ronga? Woof woof. The puppy exclaimed while his tail wagged. Seems he like his name. Right, for now, your name is Ronga. I declared as his name on my HUD turned into his new name. That was such a good name, Rimuru. Naofumi told me. How do you got that name? From my surname. Ronga means storm or tempest fang. It have same meaning as my surname, Arashi, that means storm or tempest in English. I answered. Anyway, Sir Naofumi, Lady Rimuru, let's get rest for now. Ake suggest while yawning. It's already late. Yeah, you are right, Ake. Naofumi nodded. And with that, we go to the nearest inn, order 2 rooms and began to sleep peacefully. After all we go through this day, we exactly need it. To be